Welcome to Brick Science. Today we're going to build a Lego Among Us emergency button that actually shoots confetti. Let's do it. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Brick Science. My name is Riley, and today I'm going to show you how to build a Lego emergency button that is actually pressable. When you press it, it's going to engage a mechanism which shoots confetti, and hopefully be pretty cool and pretty loud. I plan to use this on the set in the future when big things happen, like I finish a build. And the way we're going to do that is with these, and these are party poppers. Quick disclaimer, when you're using these, don't point them at people's faces. It actually says, use only under close adult supervision. Do not point either end towards your face or other people. Just be careful if you're using fireworks or poppers of any kind. Just don't point it towards other people. Hold in your hand and jerk string. And there you go, and it shot confetti over there, and it's smoking a little. So the plan is going to be attaching the two strings to a little presser, so when we actually press the button down, it's going to engage these, open up little side windows, and it's going to go. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is build the Among Us button, which is essentially just a plate that's about this big, and there's a little red button on it. We're going to build that up about this high, and then just be able to hit the button, and things will explode. I'm gonna go ahead and start this clock back here so we can see how long this will actually take. Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna start with some of these pieces. What I like to do is take a couple of these, and we'll kind of get a sense of scale here. That looks like a reasonably sized button, so now we just gotta connect that. We're gonna make two panels that are the same and then put them together and make a really simple button. And now you have a perfect Lego circle. Pretty simple. This is actually this is like perfect. I mean, it's not perfect. So now we need a little square. So this will determine, we probably need the square to be about that big. And then around that we'll have the yellow outline that you kind of get. That's gonna be pretty large. We also need to figure out like, it's gonna go right here. Yeah, it's perfect size now that I think about it. All right, so, and then we can attach, Technic to it. That'll be helpful. It'll be stronger than a brick build connection. And that just goes like that. And that's how you make a perfect circle, just like that. Aha, finally, okay. Now we're using this stupid connection, and dang, that took way longer than it should have. All right, final reveal of this stupid shape that's taken almost an hour. Oh my gosh, I gotta get better at building shapes. Okay, here we have a really beautiful shape. Now, does it match? Close enough. Okay. So now this, all right, that goes like that. And then it goes a little higher though. Okay, so the end of the first hour, here we go. Perfect fit. Such a satisfying fit right there. And then the button goes on top of that. Now, tell me why this took an hour. Okay, so we got that there. We don't have a glass covering to go over this, but now the plan is to build bricks downwards on this thing. So we need to go a couple layers. They're not gonna be seen, so we can use like black or something. Actually, let's use red since it's just right here, and I'm lazy. Build these walls just a little bit so that this thing is self-connected. We're gonna put this upside down, and then we can attach this somehow. Suppose we'll do this. Then all we have to do is go like this, and then figure out probably one by 4. And is that the right? Oh, it is, perfect. So now we just do the same thing, and that will connect these both together so that it doesn't crush this whole thing. We want to make sure that this part is self-sustained by touching the outer box that's go around it. So if you don't want to do the whole confetti thing, you could just stop here, add a little stud underneath there, and then you'd have not a fully functional, you'd have just a regular emergency button, but we're going to go the extra 16 miles. Okay, so now that we have the button all built up, this thing is pretty. I mean, it's pretty, like, look at this. Now that we have this built up, we gotta work on the mechanism. So let's move this stuff aside. And the mechanism is gonna be pretty simple. So if you think of it simply, all we need is something to push. So if you were to take one of these poppers and pull this, that would essentially make it pop, right? The way you do this is you have two fingers holding it like this. So we need something to simulate this. And then we need something to simulate pulling this down. And then all we need to do is take pulling, reverse it, and turn it into pushing. If we push this down, that'll pull this down, and this thing, don't aim it at your face, this thing will go. So let's work on that. So this needs to be super strong, so I'm gonna start with bricks, but then I'm gonna kind of transfer, Then I'm gonna kind of transfer over to plates, because plates will hold it together better. And I mean, we're gonna be literally hitting this. All the energy from that strike is going to be put onto this structure here. So it's important we do it right. Okay, and then we just need something to hold this in place. Let's grab another popper. We're only going to dedicate 2 poppers to testing because if it pops, then we know we've tested it and it works. When we put this in, it should be able to be locked down by us just throwing in some pins. So once we load this thing up, we can put this in like that, lock it all in and stuff. And then to lock this down more, all we have to do is take 2 of these pins, and that goes through there to the other side, like so. Now we just test it. Oh, it's gonna take so much pulling. So we'll need to tie them right around here. If I actually twist this up and try it, let's see if that works. Now if I just pull this, theoretically, oh gosh, they're smoking. I bet you've never seen this before, but inside of that is just a little thing. When you blow on it. All right, so now that worked, we need to figure out a way to connect these. And it should be pretty simple. We just got to build up a wall on the outside of this using a simple design, and then we should be good to test this thing out and see how it works. So. All right, guys, it is time for today's super special shout out. Today's super special shout out is Colin Shippey. Thank you, Colin, for watching my videos. Appreciate you. Guys, if you didn't know, Colin Shippey commented down below SSS or hashtag super shout out squad. And that's why he's getting a shout out in this video. Thank you for watching, Colin. I appreciate you. He said he watched the last 2 videos, so I mean, can't beat that, guys. I mean, you can. Go watch all of them. All right, guys, now all we have to do, we have the mechanism and everything all worked out. We just have to build up some sick walls. All right, guys, put your safety goggles on. If this thing works, then this project is done and I'm stopping the clock. Here we go. You ready? Failure. It's good, it's good. The issue was, I got an idea. Okay, so apparently we need a reinforced circle, which I didn't know, but I guess it makes sense. I reinforced everything else. Okay, so small issue of the button crushing itself. Test number 2, if this works, safety precaution on. If this works, then we can stop the timer and call this a successful project. Here we go. Wait, it worked on 1. Why did it only work on 1? Okay, so I know why it only worked on 1. I just realized that if one of them goes off first, it's going to release, since they're tied together, it's going to release this little knot from that one, and so, duh. Alright, so the other 2 cartridges are reinstalled, and you can see how long that took me. So, this should set off both of them. Well, this is what failure looks like. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on this, and I'll come back to it when I have a fully working model. Alright guys, it has been roughly 3 hours and 20 minutes. It could be more, could be less. Probably not less, but... Alright, both cameras are rolling. Here we go. Probably shouldn't have it aimed at myself. Let's go, dude, it worked! As you can see, it came out of both sides, so you can play that slow motion there. You can see that worked super well. I think what just had to happen was some fine-tuning of the strings, because they weren't pinched well enough in between this, so I put this piece on, and that seemed to have helped. It seemed to have made all the difference, because as soon as it gets to here, it slams on the ground, so it can't come off. That worked really well. I think we can hit this pretty hard without the button coming completely undone. We can just bop it. But this is going to be in most, if not all, of my videos from here on out. And we can go ahead and stop the timer. Roughly 3 hours and 20 minutes it took to build this Among Us Lego thing that is still pointed at me. This is going to be a super fun thing for the channel. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and comment down below what you'd like to see me make next. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. There's going to be 2 videos popping up on the screen in just a second. One of them is super cool. YouTube recommends it just specifically for you. And then the second one is one that I recommend for you, or one of my recent videos. I'm like, hey, they'd love this, because I know you.